What is up, YouTube? Just got done doing the update video on the Tacoma. Now we're gonna do update video on the Colorado with your favorite. Send it, ski, send it, or ski, go ahead and send it.
All right, so in the last video, I had just gotten the grill guard put back on, and it was all bent to shit and back. This piece right here in that last video is bent up a lot closer to the license plate, so I actually got that bent back out today. And on the last video, this was also crooked. Today I had this whole thing off, and I pretty much had the whole front end off, trying to get it realigned. Took about 2 hours to do. Really sucked. Up on the front, I don't remember if I had the 20-inch bar or if I had the 2 pods in the front, but if I had the 2 pods, I switched it out to a 20-inch bar.
Hold on, one question. Do you have enough lights?
No.
I'd say you do.
Eventually, the 4 pods and the other light bar up there are going to go away. And about right here, I'm going to mount the 2 light bars that are, so that light bar and the one that's in the grill guard. They're going to get mounted up here with a roof rack that I'm trying to get built. And in the front grill guard, I'm just going to put 2 pods.
What do we have on the window?
OGG went and bought stickers and put Send a Ski on my truck while I was working on it. So I didn't really
no
have much to
idea.
say.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
you took some paint off the wheels.
Yeah, in the last video I had about, I think I had 2 wheels with no paint on them, and the front 2 had paint on them. And they were about half painted. I finally got all that paint off. In the last video I also had my sway bar links.
Oh yeah!
My sway bar links weren't tight. Yeah, as you can see, I got that little spacer put in there, and now it's actually tight on both sides.
I like it.
So I, kind of have a little bit better control.
What the hell is this? You get tonneau? No, what is this?
So I built this. I actually did a trip across country.
Where'd you go?
Back to Ohio.
Okay.
So when he was doing the build on his Tacoma, and he had the fiberglass, was trying to get the fiberglass put on, he took the little cargo rails out of the stock Tacoma. So
yeah, I recognize these. Did you cut them shorter?
I did cut them shorter so I can get them put on from the toolbox back.
And you can still use the toolbox?
I can. It's a little bit difficult to get in with the cover on, but as you can see up there's white lines.
Oh yeah,
I plan on cutting that where those white lines are out.
What is this?
Oh.
Is this wood?
No, these are actually all fiberglass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it strong?
It's actually pretty dang strong. So
you're not gonna stand up. Dang. How much you weigh?
About 195 pounds.
Good Lord. It's like a trampoline.
And they're all individual, so if I need to take out 1 or 2 of them, I can. If I need to take out all of them, I can. If I need to have them all in, I can, but it's about 2.5-inch sections all the way back to the toolbox.
Can you pop the, I was gonna say the trunk, the tailgate. Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit messy in there right now, but
it's all like little slider pieces.
Yep.
That's honestly, I have not seen that before. That is pretty sweet. And did you paint these, or is this like?
So I actually went, and when I was redoing the bed liner in my truck before I went cross country, I had a little bit left over, so I actually just spray painted these with the Linex that I got.
Okay, sweet.
In the last video, I also didn't have this tote that OGG gave me.
Yeah.
In a few days.
Full disclosure, he gets all my old shit, so he gets lost shit for free.
So for a while, I had some tools in here, but now I actually got it all switched over to like trail fix and trail ready stuff.
Okay.
So I got ratchet straps. I have my stock and some aftermarket parts for Tacomas and my Colorado.
Nice.
I have plenty of fluids. I mean, I have a full thing of oil, Lucas oil stabilizer, brake fluid.
All the goodies. I like your slider. Is this a boogie board?
That is a boogie board. So,
I like it. A full-on slider. This is overland as fuck, guys.
So that boogie board I actually got that somebody was trying to throw away because it didn't have the handle on it anymore. I used it like twice in the ocean, but since then I've kind of beaten it up and gone under my truck a lot with it. Use it as like a little workbench table shindig.
Dude, I gotta say, this thing is sweet, man. Like, I'm not a Colorado guy. Used to be a Chevy guy, had an S10, but obviously moved out to Tacoma. But this thing is clean, dude. Like, I know it doesn't really look like that on the video, but this thing is super, super nice. I just gotta say, man, I like all the light work. You definitely have more than enough lights because He's a little asshole on the trail with the lights. But this tonneau cover thing, dude, I think this is a thing that people would start doing, you know, instead of like spending money on a freaking like tarp cover. This thing is obviously sturdy, and you could probably waterproof all this if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'd probably just be putting silicone or something right here, making them get a little closer together. Going to like Lowe's and getting the multiple pieces that have the holes in it, so I could just pull them closer together.
Mm-hmm.
In that last video, I also didn't have this headache rack, because this headache rack, when I first got it, it's for the first gen Colorados. So originally it actually sat about up here, so it's at about another 3 inches taller. When we went to Arizona and we were doing his back bumper, I brought this with me, cut out 3-inch section on both sides. He welded it back together. Cut all this out because, I mean, I couldn't really...
Hold on. Full disclosure, that was my first time welding. That's why the welds don't look that good, so bear with me. Anyway.
But this whole section right here, I had to cut it out because you weren't able to see this tail light right here, or the cargo light. And on top of that, so when I went to Lowe's, I bought 1.5-inch pipe clamps, and I put those on there, and that's what I'm using to mount all these lights up here.
And can you still adjust them if you wanted to?
I can. So if you get close,
oh, I see.
There's a bolt, a nut, and it threads into this. I have to loosen this stuff up in order to adjust them.
Nice. So that's fairly easy.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, and I don't have to have a little tab welded onto it. And those are about $2 a piece.
Nice.
So back there, right now, I have 6 on there because each individual pot has to have 1, and then the light bar has 2.
Cool. And now that we got everything covered, do you have any plans for this thing? What's the next step?
So here soon, I'm wanting to do 4 to 6 inch lift on it, get offset wheels. But for anybody else that has a Chevy Colorado, they know how difficult it is to get the wheels because it has a smaller lug pattern than a normal 6-lug like Tacoma.
So before you say anything else, if you guys know any wheels that like any off-road type wheels that Ski would like for his Chevy Colorado, he's trying to keep the same lug pattern without doing the adapter, let us know in the comments and we'll check it out.
Change over to either King and Fox reservoirs.
The
Fox
2.0 or 2.5?
Probably start with 2.0, maybe go to 2.5, but I don't know yet.
Okay. No long travel kit, man?
No, not on this.
Why not?
Because if I get the long travel kit, as you see, he has this long travel kit on his. The wheels stick out with a 3-inch fiberglass bulge. I mean, I'm not wanting to do fiberglass on my truck. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
So do that. On the back, that tonneau cover style thing might stay there, but I'm trying to do an active cargo suspension, or not suspension, active cargo rack. It's almost like a camper shell, but instead it is completely bare bones. So it'll have like 4 sections. It'll go up, back down, kind of looking like a camper shell, but it's not because it's all just individual bars going across.
And then are you buying that or?
No. When we're going back to Arizona once again to kind of help my buddy, you know, start his business going up, have him weld that up for me.
Sweet, man. Looks like I got my work cut out for me between 2 trucks.
And then the other thing for the front end, so this poor bumper and this grill guard, I have bottomed out enough. So right here, there's a line, and right below the grill. So I'm actually going to be getting an NFAB bumper.
Okay.
About $1,100. It's about the cheapest I can find. It'll pretty much make it have more more clearance, because right here it'll kind of look more a little like a pre-runner, like that, but it'll tuck under. This right here.
And your departure and stuff, angles and all that.
Yeah.
Your approach and departure angles.
Right here, I'll cut this off, and I'll probably mount this back up on top of that because I like it. It's helped me a lot. It's saved me with, you know, having to replace my headlights. Maybe bigger tires after I do that. Go from the 265s to maybe 285.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have done that.
So now with everything that you have on the truck right now, if somebody, you know, they just bought their Colorado and they're looking to have something exactly like this, how much would you say you've put into it just how it looks now?
Me personally, I've done a lot of deals with people to get what I have on it, but this was about $500. The headache rack was about $200. Normally they go for about $300 to $400 with how that is, but I talked to the guy, and it wasn't for my Colorado, so he gave it to me for $200. So that's about $700. The tires were $400. So
You only paid $400 for these?
yeah.
Were they used?
No, they're brand new, but Pep Boys was actually, they do not sell these tires anymore, and I haven't found anybody else that sells them. But they were just trying to get rid of them, and they've held up for the year I've had the truck so far.
So you're saying you don't always have to buy brand new stuff for your truck?
No.
There's deals out there.
You just got to find them. I mean, the front shocks that I have on this, somebody was getting rid of them because they got boxes for their front, and I got those for 120 bucks.
Nice.
So about 1,500 to $2,000 is what I've put into it so far, without doing regular maintenance. The regular maintenance for oil and all that, it's going to be a little bit expensive, but
Yeah, that doesn't really count. But sweet, man. I like it. Definitely, the thing looks way clean. Look. All right, sorry guys, camera died. We're back again. Okay, so you're talking about the shocks, and yeah, you left off with the shocks.
Eventually. So I personally don't like the ZR2, how the front bumper looks, but a lot of the stuff the ZR2 has I like.
Okay.
So the ZR2 has a hood that I want to eventually change this over to.
That's the one with like the it's like the cowbell style hood.
Yeah, it has the cowbell style hood.
The cow hood, my bad,
Yeah,
not cowbell.
Yeah, it goes back. I like it. It looks a little cleaner and sleeker than this. There's also a kit that somebody that I know has. It's called an ARB Lynx Light Kit, and they've put it in. I know it's expensive, but I eventually want to do that instead of doing the rocker switches that I have in here. Because this one, right now, I have to find the ground issue that I have with it.
Okay. So all the lights work though, right?
Yeah, all the lights work.
Cool.
Up front, it's actually super.
Yeah, go ahead and
Like, as you can
blind
see,
me real quick.
It's still daylight out, and I mean.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And then the rear lights work. They actually work, unlike last video where one of them was unplugged, and I had to.
I like to unplug him when he doesn't know. Just piss him off. Awesome, man. Cool, man. Well, let the people know what they got to do next for the video.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, guys. We will see you later. Thank you again, Ski, for showing us your Chevy Colorado. Let us know in the link below what you think. Don't forget about letting us know about the wheels and other parts he should do. Once again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.